Just imagine, LeBron James wearing the Golden State Warriors jersey. Have you ever thought about the impact that would have on the NBA? In today's video, we're going to reveal the real reason why the trade that would send LeBron to the Warriors never happened. Stay tuned until the end to understand all the details of this story that could have changed the course of the league. Before we get started, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the Warriors Nation TV channel and give this video a thumbs up. That way, you won't miss anything about the world of the Warriors. Earlier this year, just before the NBA trade deadline, rumors surfaced that the Golden State Warriors were interested in a blockbuster trade, bringing LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers star, to the Bay Area. Imagine the impact of that. With Curry, Klay, and Draymond alongside LeBron, the Warriors would have undoubtedly formed one of the most dominant teams in NBA history. According to ESPN, initial talks between the Warriors and Lakers did indeed take place. That was enough to get many fans excited, imagining what it would be like to see LeBron in blue and gold. But, as we know, this deal never progressed beyond the early stages. Let's understand what really happened. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, via his Substack, one of the main reasons this trade didn't move forward was LeBron's agent, Rich Paul. He reportedly opposed the idea of his client moving to Northern California, putting an end to the discussions before they could develop. It's believed the Lakers would have reluctantly considered trade talks before the February deadline if James really wanted to negotiate with Golden State, wrote Stein. However, league sources say the talks never reached that point largely because Rich Paul was categorically against the idea. One of the reasons Rich Paul cited for blocking the trade was the fear that LeBron would face a strong negative reaction from the media and fans. The idea of switching teams for the fourth time in his career wasn't something Paul wanted for James' legacy. After all, we've seen how previous moves have impacted the player's image. Sources close to the negotiations claim that Paul had pleaded with both teams to abandon the concept, despite some interest in the discussions between the franchise owners, Joe Lacob of the Warriors and Jeanie Buss of the Lakers. Additionally, Draymond Green, known for his vocal leadership with the Warriors, was determined to convince James to consider the trade. Despite the chemistry we saw between LeBron and Steph Curry in the Olympics, the idea of uniting these two forces in the NBA remained a dream for fans. Rich Paul, in an attempt to protect LeBron's reputation, thought it best for him to stay in Los Angeles, where he had already built a solid foundation, both in terms of legacy and personal life. This move by Rich Paul can be understood as a strategic decision, aiming for stability in LeBron's career. With 3 team changes under his belt, Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland, and then to Los Angeles, another transfer could further tarnish James' image, even if the destination was a team as iconic as the Warriors. Moreover, moving to the Warriors could have disrupted the league in an unprecedented way. With LeBron, Curry, Klay, and Draymond, the team would be nearly unstoppable. The NBA, which always strives to maintain a certain balance between teams, might have seen the super team as a threat to the very concept of fair competition. In the end, we saw LeBron continue his journey with the Lakers, while the Warriors kept their core intact, ready for another successful season. And although this trade never happened, we can't help but imagine what could have been, right? What do you think? Would it have been good for the Warriors? If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Warriors Nation TV. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates from the world of the Warriors. The Golden State Warriors began the 2024 offseason with a clear mission: to add more firepower alongside Stephen Curry. According to Anthony Slater of The Athletic, the team's priority is to find a strong second scorer. However, as of August 17, the Warriors have yet to achieve this goal. Anthony Slater revealed in an article published on August 15 that the Golden State Warriors front office identified the need for a more established second scorer alongside Stephen Curry as a high priority. After unsuccessful negotiations for Lauri Markkanen and Paul George, the name Brandon Ingram has emerged as a potential target. For this trade to become a reality, the Warriors would need to send Andrew Wiggins, along with a possible pick, to the New Orleans Pelicans, who would also take on the remaining 3 years of Wiggins' contract. In return, Golden State would receive Ingram, a 26-year-old player who could completely change the team's offensive dynamics. Brandon Ingram, coming off his 8th NBA season and 5th with the Pelicans, would have an immediate impact on the Warriors. He is known for his scoring ability, averaging 20.8 points, 5.7 assists, and 5.1 rebounds per game last season. These numbers would make him the second scorer the Warriors desperately need. Ingram's arrival would provide the Warriors with a new offensive element that has been missing since the glory days of Curry and Klay Thompson. Last season, the team struggled without Curry on the court, averaging just 115.2 points per 100 possessions, placing them in the 50th percentile. With Curry on the floor, that number rises to 119.3, but it still falls short of Golden State's usual standards. A trade for Ingram could revitalize the Warriors' offense, which hasn't had two players averaging 20 points per game since 2015, when Thompson was injured. Ingram could fill that gap and add more variety to the attack, something the Warriors desperately need. Uncertainty about Andrew Wiggins' future with Golden State continues to grow. With 3 years remaining on his contract, it seems unlikely he will finish out the deal with the team. Logan Murdoch of The Ringer reported on June 26 that the Warriors plan to actively shop Wiggins this summer. Murdoch highlighted that league sources believe Andrew Wiggins, who struggled to find consistency last season, will be aggressively offered in trade talks. With his numbers in decline, finishing with an average of 13.2 points per game last season, Wiggins seems like the ideal piece for a trade that brings new talent to the team. Considering what Anthony Slater reported, the Warriors were willing to include multiple picks in a deal for George or Markkanen. Therefore, involving Wiggins and a first-round pick to acquire Ingram doesn't seem like a difficult task for Golden State's front office. With Stephen Curry's championship window still open, the Warriors need to use Wiggins' contract to maximize their chances of adding more offensive power. Brandon Ingram represents one of the best available options that could be accomplished before the start of the 2024-2025 season. So, Warriors Nation, what do you think of this potential trade? Is Brandon Ingram the right name to bring the Golden State Warriors back to the top? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on our team. See you next time.